want to talk about?
Okay. My idea was let's talk about how we got into this work.
Okay. Um, okay. Hi, I'm Jill.
I'm Farah. We're Simplify.
And today we're and today we're going to talk about how we got into this work.
Yeah.
Okay. This is something you wanted to talk about so people get to know us. Yeah?
I think, yeah, it occurred to me, we've been doing a lot of content stuff.
Yeah.
How to pay for college, how to fill this out, how to do AP courses at home, how to do, like, we've just been doing a lot of like nuts and bolts kinds of things. And so I was like,
Yeah.
we haven't done a, like, who are we? Like, how do we approach this? Like,
Right. Okay, this is great. All right.
yeah.
How'd you get into this, Farah?
I don't know.
I wrote you.
Yeah, it's true. Well, you posted something about how you were going to start this
So
business.
I didn't tell you the story behind this. So do you want to know the story behind this? This is actually, I've never told you.
Wait, do we have an origin story that I don't even know?
Yeah, there's an origin story.
Okay,
so
go.
I originally started this business with someone else,
Yeah.
and it didn't work out. But anyway, and I was thinking, I'd like to do this with someone else. This is a true story, by the way. I've never told you this. And I was like, who would I like to do this with? And there was like, you were like my top pick, just based on our interactions and that. Yeah. And there was just a couple others. So I posted it on Facebook and I did it to just very specific people, like 3.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice that it was like to a certain audience.
Yeah. And you were one of them. And I was like, she'll respond.
And I did.
And that's how it happened.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I didn't want to seem like I was desperate and I really wanted you. So
I thought you were super cool from afar. It's, because your kids are
cool.
older. So like than my kids, like you've got one kid that's like yours is just a little bit older. Like he's like, a little bit less than a year older than mine. But your other kids are, in the next
super
stage.
old.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I just thought, wow, that is a cool mom. She's got it.
And then you got to know me.
Yeah.
And then you found out the truth.
Okay, wait.
It was way different.
I mean, the root of our origin story is really simple, right? Like we both homeschooled our kids all the way through.
Right.
Yeah. And I think had similar outlooks about what constitutes academic rigor and similar sort of goals for them to have colleges open to them and so forth. So in that sense,
and we both had twins.
Yeah, and we both were twin moms, which
right.
Mm-hmm. So I think those things brought us together, and we both have backgrounds with education. I taught for many years, and then was an administrator at a small school, and I've just always been involved in education in various ways. Yeah,
I think we both were writing a blog back in the day, and we would share it. Remember on Well Trained Mind, they had like Friday Share Your Blog Day.
Oh yeah,
it was like a common post. What was that? It was like,
I don't know, Monday.
Anyway, we shared
something. I don't know, some day of the week. It was probably alliterative.
Back in the day,
there are no B letters of the week, so I don't know what that was.
Friday Fun Share. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, whatever it was, so then we'd go to each other's blogs and read about that and stuff. Yeah. So then my kids were a little older, and I was thinking, oh, I wanted to have a career that still kept me in the homeschooling world, even though they were leaving. And I counseled so many families.
Yeah, I did too.
Prior to that, and we wanted to turn that into a business, basically. And we're very passionate about homeschooling and education and helping families tell their story and getting to that next stage of college and everything. So I think that's just, our passion for education really brought us together.
Like, we both of us have enjoyed looking at colleges and learning about it. And, we did a little training. We did do a little training about how to do this job. We did that together online during the pandemic.
It was fun.
To be an in-person thing, but that was not
right.
And yeah, I mean, I think I think we just work well together. We have a good organic, and we do tend to have slightly different perspectives about certain things. I think that helps.
I think that helps a lot. You don't get
Mhm.
that when you're working with just one person. So you
Yeah.
got two different perspectives. And I think one thing that some clients don't realize, because we don't make it super obvious, is that we're discussing everything behind the scenes. No matter who
Uh-huh.
answers an email or whoever, you and I are always talking about it. And sometimes we disagree and we just, talk it through and then see what's the best
Hmm.
advice. And then, yeah, so it's really good. Everyone gets two perspectives.
I think it's good too because it means that we're not super entrenched. I think it's good that we both have this experience of having gone all the way through with our kids, but then we're not,
Yeah.
I'm certainly, I mean, if you'd asked me when my kids were like in sixth grade or something like how to do education, like in homeschooling, I would have been like, well, you do this and this and this. And, fighting my know it all tendencies, but like it's definitely
You don't have know it all tendencies. Come on.
but I definitely like the further like that I've gotten from like my experiences and the more that I've worked with other families, I feel like both of us have like a sort of, open idea of different ways to do things. I like that we've worked
Yeah.
with different families with different goals, and
Yeah.
that we both have a similar sort of like there's not one right path, there's a lot of different paths, and I like our role of sort of letting parents continue to implement their own philosophy and approach, but sort of like tugging them back on certain things like, okay, that's fine. But then
Yeah.
you're closing off these goals, or, you're not necessarily utilizing as much as you could. Like so we're not
Yeah.
telling people like you have to do it this way or that way. We're saying like,
No.
okay, it's our job to explain like, okay, what's that going to look like from the
If you take this
outside?
path, are there
Mhm.
doors closing? Is it helping your
Mhm.
student with his or her goals or their goals? Because student goals are
Right.
sometimes different than parent goals. And I like,
Yes.
yeah, I like that we work with parents and we work with
Mhm.
students and we kind of bring it all together. I like that
Yeah.
we do that. I like our families a lot. I enjoy working with everyone, no matter their backgrounds. I like that you and I have very different paths at some
Mhm.
point with our kids and their homeschooling, and
Yeah.
that we've learned from each other and really understand each other's past because we talk to each other a lot. I know that I quite honestly ask Farrah for advice quite a lot
Same.
with my children. Yeah,
I
and
think
it's
we
good.
have also it's nice that we have, our okay, so between you've got three kids, I've got two, and
Yeah,
between us, we've got kids who took that each one of them has had a slightly different, like I've got
very,
one who's
yeah,
not going to college, he may do some online school. I've got another
yeah.
who picked a school, a small liberal
And
arts school,
it's
and
just gonna
stuck with
stay
it.
there.
Is not something your kids have done. Um, and
I don't know why.
but you've got a kid who took longer because
Hmm.
they had a longer sort of path, and then one who's and a student who started community college, and you've got students
Yeah.
who different types of schools. I just think it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a lot of different
Hmm.
experiences. Yeah, so we've covered a lot of things. You have a dancer, which is good for any of our families
Hmm.
who are
And
dance
you've got a
families.
musician.
I have a music kid, and we work with a lot of music families.
Yeah.
It's just kind of turned out that way,
Yeah, a lot of
and I quite
music
enjoy
and
that.
dance kids. Yeah. Hmm.
And kids with disabilities, we're
Hmm.
quite familiar with, whether they're physical or learning.
Yeah.
Gifted kids, we love
Hmm.
those gifted kids.
Yeah.
Uh, I say that as a mom of gifted kids, so not like
I know. Yeah. You just froze, and I was like, this is funny because we decided to do this because you had good internet, and we were like, yes, let's do this little intro video that we haven't done. And I'm like finishing it, I'm like, and you're like I'm like this frozen state, and I'm like, find us at College Confident Homeschoolers or www.simplifythenumber4you.com.
I'm definitely not posting that with me frozen,
It was
unless I
good.
look
It was
cute.
good. I thought it
So,
was fine. You looked fine. You were just you got fuzzy before you froze. So you were hot. You were
okay,
hot
well,
in a pixelated way.
okay, what was I saying? Because it was genius.
It was
As I was saying that,
genius. I
I
think
was
it was
thinking
just
this.
we were saying that we had all this experience with different types of kids. So
Okay, yeah, we had a lot of experience. Okay, we have a wealth of
We
experience
wrapped it
between the
up. It
two
was
of
like
us.
90. I was thinking to myself, oh yes, we're like done. It's good.
Okay, I'm
Right in
gonna leave
time.
it then. I'll leave it because it's funny.